pedal I ever paired with a pedal steel was the small stone phaser. I think actually somebody in my church just had one. And it was a good one too. It was like the one from like the 80s. You know, that one, those sounded so like midi, right, and creamy. And it wasn't all tinky phasery, you know, those old phasers were the best, right? And it's kind of crazy. That was the first one. The second pedal was the original Tube Screamer. Old guy in my church had one. And now they're worth like, what, $3,000 or something, right? The original ones. But that was the first one. The last pedal I tried with a steel is Cusack. Cusack made it. It's like an overdrive pedal, you know. So the actual best pedal, and I just had this conversation the other day, PV made an amp called the Session 500, the old one from like the 70s, the big one on wheels, right? Inside that, it came with a phaser that would clip on that's only made for that amp. And to this day, it is the best sounding phaser. So that is the best by far. I just had this conversation the other day where I called PV and I asked them, can they just take that circuitry out and make it? I said, you would sell a shit ton of them. And they were like, oh, well, that's not that easy because it was built into the amp. And that's how you get it to sound that creamy and crisp. So in the 70s, a lot of guitar players would actually play guitar through that amp. Country, gospel, guitar players, a lot of country cats would play just to get that phaser from that amp. First electric guitar I ever had was, believe it or not, Casio made a MIDI guitar in the 80s. And there was this guy, Phil Campbell from the Campbell Brothers, had this guitar, and the neck was so smooth. And to this day, I'm like, Phil, man, that's the best you ever played on that guitar. I bought one, well, my grandmother bought me one at the time, because it was only like $350 or something. But I mean, that guitar had the snap, it had the sound of a Tele, but the smooth feel of like a Strat. It was a Casio, I forget the model number, but we'll find it.
We'll find it.
Yeah. You think they got one on Reverb? The last electric guitar I bought is the Brian Setzer Gretsch orange guitar with the dice on it. I just like that hollow body, semi-hollow body sound that, for my style of rhythm playing, you know, I'm not a big solo guy like I do on pedal steel or like all the other guys. But so the rhythm of the whole rockabilly, it's nice and fat and creamy at the same time. It's the orange Gretsch. I don't know what number it is, like y'all. Yeah. Okay, so a funny story. The best electric guitar I ever played was a Buck Owens Telly. And this is strange that I had this guitar. I won this guitar from an auction. We did a NASCAR event back in like 2007. And we did this NASCAR event. You know, they had like the silent auctions. And so I won this Buck Owens American flag Telly. And I would play it on stage and everybody would be like, damn, man, that guitar sounds so good. The neck, everything was a custom shop Buck Owens Telly. A month later, some ladies calling my management saying she's the one that actually won the auction. It's a weird story, right? So literally this went on for like 2 years. Finally, somebody at NASCAR was like, listen, we're gonna pay you for the guitar and we're gonna have the custom shop make you one. I was like, screw you, this is like, Eric Clapton played it. Eric Clapton was like, this is a great freaking guitar. Where'd you get this guitar from? So I literally had to send that guitar back to this lady, whoever she was, wherever you are, lady, you know, I'm telling you, if I searched through my emails from all the way back then, we could find the information. But it was like a big deal. If you could find some old pictures, I'm sure Nunu from Chicago has them, or somebody has pictures of me playing this Buck Owens custom shop Telly. It had all of the snap, the neck was just, you could just glide up and down it. Every artist was like, what the hell did you get this guitar from? I mean, you immediately plug it in, it's like, bam. And this lady complained for every bit of 2 years. She called everybody. Apparently she was connected, called management, Red Light, Warner Brothers, Fender, and the custom shop, and it was this whole big deal. He stole my Telly, and it's like, lady, they don't screw up a silent auction. Either you got the winning ticket or you don't. You know what I mean? Yeah, they made me another one, which it wasn't the same.
Yeah, of course.
Nothing about it was the same. It was like, oh, it's the same. It's like, it's no way. It's not. Dream gear with every instrument in the world. First instrument I would want to try. That would be Stevie Ray Vaughan's Strat. Because of the heavy strings, I just want to see what it's like. I want to do that. The piano. Because everybody assume I can play piano, but I can't at all. People see me play like this on a pedal steel, they think I could play piano. I can't at all, not one. I mean, I could find the 3 chord. Ding, 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 ding. But I have no concept of what's going on the keys of the piano. So strange, right? Everybody thinks I just, yeah. Somebody even called me, was like, hey man, I got you all set up. It's the grand opening week of the Brooklyn Paramount. It's like, we got you all set up in the VIP room up there. It's Ella Fitzgerald's piano. And I'm like, I don't play piano. You don't? Not a little bit? I was like, no, I don't play no piano. It's like, shoot, I gotta figure something out because I told people you were coming and it's VIP, we're gonna play a piano set. The best instrument in the room would be the Robert Randolph pedal steel. Probably the hardest, I would say. It's just so complex. I don't know why I chose the tuning that I did. I must have been spazzing out over the years, but even I still to this day screw up many times trying to figure it out. It's either that or the Stevie Wonder harp. What is that called? Because he's got the chromatic. Like you hear that sound and you know only one guy is doing it, right? And nobody can do it as great as him, right? Even John Popper plays it, but it's like, John, it's not the same. I love you, John. It's not the same as Stevie.